Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Beatles Forever. Today I'm going to do another album versus album series, and a viewer requested a battle between the White Album and Let It Be. In case you haven't seen this type of video, I take 10 songs from each album, and I have each album song go against each other. And the winner of the song gets 5 points, and at the end of the album, at the end of the session, the album with the most points wins. So the White Album has 2 records, so I'll take 4 songs from side 1, and then 2 songs from side 2, and then I'll take 2 songs from side 3 and 2 songs from side 4, and that'll add up to 10, and that should even things out. So the Beatles, or the White Album, as everybody calls it, was the 9th album by the Beatles and the only double album they made. They purposely kept the album simple after the Sgt. Pepper album. And this album has all types of styles in it, from folk, British blues, ska, music hall, pre-heavy metal, and avant-garde. It's said to be their best album. So first up, we have Back in the USSR from the White Album. This song was written primarily by Paul McCartney, and it's a parody of the song by Chuck Berry, Back in the USA, and the Beach Boys' California Girls. According to the Wikipedia and its lyrics, McCartney transposed the patriotism of Berry's song into a Soviet context. He said he intended it to be a spoof on the typical international traveler's contention that it's just so much better back home, and their yearning for the comforts of their homeland. McCartney said that despite the lack of luxuries in the USSR, his Soviet traveler would still be every bit as proud as the American would be. So Paul wrote a rollicking rock song. I love the song in the perspective of the Russian point of view, and I could see what Paul means. If I were from Russia, I would probably be glad to get back home after being away. And I love the piano rollicking and the drumming, which seems a bit complicated. Then in the middle of the song, we get a piercing electric guitar solo, and I love the nod to the Beach Boys with the harmonies. The song led Ringo to walk out after Paul criticized his drumming, and I think Paul had a vision of his song, and when someone wasn't doing it exactly as he pictured it in his mind, he wasn't satisfied. I could see how feathers might be ruffled when Paul didn't like how the instrument was being played. So we have Paul McCartney doing the double-track vocal, backing vocal, piano, bass guitar, drums, lead guitar, hand claps, and percussion. Wow, he was covering all bases on this one. John Lennon, he did the backing vocal, rhythm guitar, 6-string bass, hand claps, drums, percussion. This is weird because I just saw on a few of these songs that John Lennon played the bass, and that I never knew he did. So this is pretty neat. You have to go back and keep listening to see how he did it. And then George Harrison did the backing vocal, rhythm, and lead guitars, bass, drums. He played the drums, and hand claps and percussion. And then also John had played the drums too, and Paul. So it looks like everybody took their turn. So that's kind of funny. And this song is a great way to start the album out. It's full of energy. Next up is the Let It Be album, and this album was released a month after the group broke up. It's their 12th album, and Paul thought this album would help relieve the tension the band was having, and he thought they should do simpler rock and roll album. And the first song is Two of Us, Let It Be album. And the song was written by Paul McCartney. So we have Paul McCartney lead vocal, acoustic guitar, John Lennon co-lead vocal, acoustic guitar, George Harrison lead guitar, bass part on the 6-string Fender Telecaster, and Ringo Starr drums. The song was written by Paul McCartney, and it was about him and Linda deliberately getting lost when driving. And the song was also a little bit about Paul and John, and they shared a microphone doing the song. In the middle of the song are the lyrics, "You and I have memories longer than the road that stretches out ahead." So having a sense of melancholy because the band's end was coming soon. And both these songs by Paul McCartney are great songs, and it's hard to choose a winner, but I'm going to have to go with Back in the USSR. The harmonies of the Beatles mimicking the Beach Boys really sold me on the song. Paul is rocking harder than he usually does, and the drumming by all the Beatles is cool to find out about. So the winner is Back in the USSR from the White Album, 5 points. Song 2 from the White Album is Dear Prudence. This song was written by John Lennon and was inspired by Mia Farrow's sister Prudence, who was really trying to get into meditation, and she and the Beatles were in India trying to learn from the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. And John Lennon felt that she was going a little bit too far, and he used the finger-picking style that Donovan taught him, and John Lennon said it was one of his favorite songs. I love the sound of the finger picking of the guitar. It is the festival for the ear to hear, and it's a mellow song, and John is telling his friend to go out into the day and enjoy it. So we have John Lennon on the double-track lead vocal and the backing vocal and rhythm guitar, Paul McCartney harmony and backing vocals, drums, bass guitar, piano, tambourine, and hand claps, George Harrison harmony and backing vocals, rhythm guitar, lead guitars, tambourine, and hand claps. I could see why John loved the song. He was remembering a special time in India, and the song is so different from the ones he usually wrote. So song 2 from Let It Be is Dig a Pony, and this is another song by John Lennon, and so far Paul has competed against himself, and now John is going against himself too. So we have in this song John Lennon with the lead vocal, rhythm guitar, Paul McCartney harmony, vocal, bass guitar, George Harrison, lead guitar, Ringo Starr drums, and Billy Preston on the electric piano. John felt that this song was rubbish, but he was always hard on himself regarding songs, and this song has John singing with force, and the harmonizing between John and Paul is fantastic. It's a song about Yoko and John's relationship, but it didn't make much sense because the phrases were just strung together. And I like that the guitar playing and the harmonies, and that really made for the song great. So once again, it's a hard choice. You have the mellow, airy sounding Dear Prudence against the rougher Dig a Pony. But I have to say that the winner of this round is Dig a Pony from Let It Be, song number 2, 5 points. I like Dear Prudence, but I love Paul's high harmonies in Dig a Pony, and the song is really groovy. Song 3 from the White Album is Glass Onion. This song was written by John Lennon, and John wrote this to confuse everyone about the song's meaning. I threw the line in, the walrus was Paul, just to confuse everybody a bit more. It could have been the fox terrier as Paul. I mean, it's just a bit of poetry, and I have a laugh because there's so much gobbledygook about Pepper. Play it backwards and stand on your head and all that. So we have John Lennon with the double-track vocals and acoustic guitar, Paul McCartney bass guitar, piano recorder, George Harrison lead guitar, Ringo Starr drums and tambourine, Chris Thomas the recorder, and George Martin did the string arrangement. So this song has a psychedelic sound to it that is neat. So song 3 from Let It Be is Across the Universe, and this song is by John Lennon and was inspired by his and the Beatles' interest in transcendental meditation. It's a song that's kind of repetitious, and it's a song that would relax someone trying to meditate. We have John Lennon on the lead vocal, acoustic guitar, an electric guitar. We have Paul McCartney on the piano and the backing vocal, George Harrison on the tambura and the backing vocal, Ringo Starr, maracas, bass drum, Lizzie Bravo backing vocal, and Gayleen Pease backing vocal. The winner of the song is easier to find out in this one, and it has to be Glass Onion from the White Album, 5 points. Glass Onion's a swinging song. The lyrics don't make sense, but they aren't supposed to, and John succeeded in confusing everyone with the lyrics. The instruments make the song, and John's vocals are great as usual. Song 4 from the White Album's Obla-Di Obla-Da, and this song is Paul doing a ska song, a Jamaican take on a song, and this song is catchy, but after hearing it a few times, it doesn't appeal to me as much. And there was a bit of trouble in the studio with this song. According to Wikipedia, McCartney's perfectionism annoyed his bandmates, and when their producer George Martin offered him suggestions for the vocal part, McCartney rebuked him, saying, "Well, you come down and sing it." According to Emmerich, the usually placid Martin shouted in reply, "Then bloody sing it again. I give up. I just don't know any better how to help you." The following day, Emmerich quit working for the group, and he later cited his exchange between McCartney and Martin as one of the reasons, as well as the unpleasant atmosphere that had typified the White Album sessions up to that point. So we have Paul McCartney on the vocal and electric guitar, acoustic bass, hand claps, vocal percussion, John Lennon piano, backing vocals, hand claps, vocal percussion, George Harrison acoustic guitar, backing vocal, hand claps, vocal percussion, Ringo Starr drums, bongos, maracas, other percussion, hand claps, vocal percussion. Song number 4 from Let It Be is I Me Mine. And the song was written by George Harrison, and he was a little angry with John and Paul not giving his songs consideration. He also didn't like having Yoko around while they were recording, and he wrote this song about the egos of John and Paul. Lennon and McCartney viewed their own material as a priority, and I'd have to wait through 10 of their songs before they even listened to one of mine. In their study of the tapes of the Get It Back project, authors Doug Supley and Ray Schweighart wrote that Lennon and McCartney regularly overlooked Harrison's compositions, even when his songs were far better than their own. George wrote a song that displayed the anger he felt inside. The song goes from waltz sounding to rocking and bluesy, and it's a great performance by George and great guitar playing. Okay. The winner of Song 4 is I, Me, Mine from Let It Be. George wrote a song that displayed his emotions perfectly at this time in George's career, and he was on a roll, and he'd really developed his songwriting skills. John seemed to be detached from the group at this time, and he wasn't into writing songs like he had been. So song number 5 up next is from the White Album, and it starts on side 2 of the first album, and that it's Martha, My Dear. This song is inspired by Paul's English sheepdog named Martha. I love that his dog is the inspiration for the song, and it makes it even more special. And this is a great pop song. I love how the song starts out like the piano being played in the music hall style. And Paul is singing like a crooner from the 30s. The strings in the song also add to the song. Then the horns make the song have more punch, too. Martha, My Dear is one of the few songs by the band in which McCartney played all the instruments except orchestral instruments played by session musicians. Such a scenario was increasingly common for him during the height of the tensions that marred the sessions of the album, although George Harris is known to recorded a portion of the electric guitar on the final recording. He's not credited. So, Song 5 from Let It Be is Dig It. This song is credited to all the Beatles, which is a real rarity. It's a rollicking song with John throwing in all kinds of strange lyrics like a rapper on the fly, like a Rolling Stone, like the FBI and the CIA and the BBC, B.B. King and Doris Day, Matt Busby. Dig it, dig it. This song is short, but it draws you in, and they are grooving. So the winner of Song 5 is Martha, My Dear from White Album. This song is Paul at his most endearing. He sings with charm, and his subject matter is cute. The song has that old-time music hall style and a pop flair, too, and Paul sings it perfectly. And next up is Song 6 from the White Album, I'm So Tired. This song was written by John Lennon while he and the group were in India. He was experiencing insomnia from the meditation he was doing, and he was also missing Yoko. So we had John Lennon, lead guitar, acoustic guitar, lead guitar, Hammond organ. Paul McCartney, bass, guitar, electric piano, backing vocal. George Harrison, lead guitar, and Ringo Starr, drums. I think I said lead guitar twice, but I meant lead vocal, so sorry about that on the John Lennon part. So this song is a favorite of John's, and he had good taste. I think everyone can relate to being tired, but not everyone can come out with a song about it. So John sings it as if he's exhausted, so it's a good song. Song 6 from Let It Be is Let It Be. The song was written by Paul McCartney. McCartney later said it was great to visit his mother. This is where he got inspired. He was asleep and he had a dream about his mom. And he said, I felt very blessed to have that dream, so it got me writing Let It Be. In a later interview, he said about the dream that his mother had told him, it'll be all right, just let it be. And he'd have been having a dream about her because of the tense sessions he was having during the White Album with his bandmates. So it's Paul McCartney, lead and backing vocals, piano, maracas, electric piano, bass guitar. John Lennon, backing vocals. George Harrison, lead guitar, backing vocals, and Ringo Starr, drums. The winner of Song 6, without a doubt, is Let It Be from Let It Be, 5 points. I love I'm So Tired, but Let It Be is just such a positive song, a song that has you stepping outside yourself and thinking, even though things seem bad at the moment, they'll get better. And it sounds like a church song, and Paul sings it well. This song has always been one of my favorite Beatles songs, and I never get tired of hearing it. Next up is Song 7 from the White Album, His Birthday. This song was written 50-50 between John and Paul, according to Paul, but in Wikipedia it states George Martin was away, so his assistant Chris Thomas produced the session. His memory is that the song is mostly McCartney. McCartney was the first one in. He was playing birthday riff. Eventually the others arrived, and by that time, Paul had literally written the song right there in the studio. Everyone in the studio sang in the chorus, and it was 5 a.m. by the time the final mono mix was completed. Lennon said in his Playboy interview in 1980, Birthday was written in the studio. just made up on the spot. I think Paul wanted to write a song like Happy Birthday Baby, the old 50s hit, but it was sort of made up in a studio. It was a piece of garbage. Leave it to John to just think everything is horrible. So Paul McCartney did the lead vocals, bass, piano, John Lennon, vocals, guitar, George Harrison, guitar, tambourine, Ringo Starr, drums and hand claps, Patty Harrison, backing vocal, Yoko Ono, backing vocal, and Mal Evans, hand claps. The song is lively, and you could tell Paul is trying to make this a song that will be sung whenever someone's birthdays arrive. It has a 50s sound to it, and I like the drum sounds in it. It sounds like a party. Song number 7 is from the Let It Be album, Maggie May. And this is a short song, only 39 seconds, so it has that listener wanting more. It's based on a folk song. The song is classified as skiffle. So John Lennon did the vocal, acoustic guitar, Paul McCartney, vocal, acoustic guitar, George Harrison, bass line, using the electric guitar, Fender Telecaster, and Ringo Starr, drums. And John is singing lead and getting into it, and Paul is trying to squeeze in the background vocals. The song sounds incomplete, and it would have been neat to hear a complete song of it. So I have to say the winner of Song 7 is Birthday, 5 points. Maggie May is way too short, and it leaves the listener feeling like there should have been more. Birthday has everybody jamming and Paul singing in a forceful way. Song number 8 of the White Album is Your Blues. This song was written by John Lennon. He wrote it while he was in India. According to Wikipedia, Lennon wrote and composed Your Blues as a parody of the British imitators of blues, featuring tongue-in-cheek guitar solos and rock and roll-inspired swing blues passages. This is a hard-hitting blues song. John has given it his all with the vocals. I like his whoo in the song, and the electric guitars are all heavy-sounding. It is perfect. John Lennon, vocals, electric guitar, Paul McCartney, backing vocal, bass, George Harrison, electric guitar, Ringo Starr, drums. And song number 8 from Let It Be is I Got a Feeling. This is a combination of 2 unfinished songs, Paul McCartney's I Got a Feeling and John Lennon's Everybody Has Had a Hard Year. And the song features Billy Preston on electric piano. You would never guess this song came from 2 songs. Paul is really giving some strong vocals, and you could tell they're really enjoying the song. I love all the instruments, and Billy Preston's electric piano is really keeping the pace going. You can't help but picture the Beatles on the rooftop singing this song. So Paul McCartney on bass guitar, lead vocals, John Lennon, rhythm guitar, lead vocals, George Harrison, lead guitar, and Ringo Starr, drums. The winner is song 8 is I Got a Feeling. The band sounds like they're really connected on this song, and they really play and sing it with all their might. I might have chosen Your Blues over most songs, but I Got a Feeling has a really special feel to me, so winner of song 8, I Got a Feeling from Let It Be, 5 points. Song 9 from the White Album is Revolution 1, and this is a song by John Lennon. You could tell John is conflicted on how to feel with the lyrics, but you can, when you talk about destruction, don't you know that you can count me out? And then John has to add the word in. And the song has an early rock sound to it, and it goes on a slow bluesy note too. So I love the shoo-bop-wop background singing. And then song number 9 from Let It Be is the one after 909. And McCartney said, this is not a great song, but it's a great favorite of mine because it has great memories for me of John and I trying to write a bluesy freight train song. There were a lot of those songs at the time, like Midnight Special, Freight Train, Rock Island Line. So this was one after 909. She didn't get the 909, she got the one after it. I love this song because it's early rock and roll sound, and it's when John and Paul wrote songs together, so that makes it special. This style of song is what the Beatles enjoyed playing, and you could tell they were in great spirits playing it. We have John Lennon vocals, rhythm guitar, Paul McCartney backing vocals, bass guitar, George Harrison lead guitar, oh, that's a different one, Ringo Starr drums, Billy Preston electric piano. I like the song Revolution 1. It has that early rock sound just like one after 909. But the winner is one after 909, Let It Be. The Beatles are going back to their roots with this song, and it takes the listener back to the days when Paul and John actually sat down and wrote together. And they're all playing with enthusiasm, and it's a fun song. Now we're getting down to the last songs. Number 10 from the White Album is Honey Pie. Honey Pie was written by Paul McCartney. It's done in the English music hall sound. In this song, John played the lead guitar solo, and George played the 6-string bass, which is interesting. So George Harrison said in 1987, John played a brilliant solo on Honey Pie. Sounded like Django Reinhardt or something. It was one of them where you just close your eyes and happen to hit all the right notes. It sounded a little like jazz solo. And then Paul played the piano. This is a cute song about an English actress who goes to America and her love wants her to return. And it gives me a Fred Astaire vibe. I like the old-timey sound of the song. Number 10 from Let It Be is The Long and Winding Road. And this song was inspired by a long road Paul saw in Scotland. McCartney recalled, I just sat down at my piano in Scotland, started playing, and came up with that song, imagining it was going to be done by someone like Ray Charles. I've always found inspiration in the calm beauty of Scotland, and once again, it proved the place where I found inspiration. This song is pretty, but there's so much orchestration that it doesn't sound like a Beatles song, and it also feels like a song that is a little long and winding. It could have been a little bit shorter. So I'll have to say that the winner of song 10 is Honey Pie from the Beatles' White Album, 5 points. I like the English music hall sound, and this song goes back in time in great fashion. They even have the 78 RPM sound to start the beginning. This song is catchy, and the woodwinds make it special too. I had no idea John did the guitar solo, and Paul is singing in high register and doing a great job. I have a feeling the Beatles enjoyed recording this song. Say, okay, now we have reached the end of the battle, and it's time to tally the points and declare a winner. And this was quite a battle, and I can't believe it, but we ended up in a tie. And this has only happened a few times since I've started doing the Versus series. And these are two great albums, so I guess it's fitting that they end in a draw. So I hope everybody's been having a good day, and I also hope that everybody enjoyed the video. If you did, if you could give it a thumbs up, that would be great. So tune in again soon for another episode of The Beatles Forever. Thank you. Bye.